Hey, I'm Eric Roberts. I'm one of the software engineers here at Cloud Guru, and just want to show you a little bit about wood turning on a lathe. And I've got a piece of hackberry here that I'm going to go ahead and turn into a bowl for you guys. Stay tuned. So a couple of quick things about my lathe setup. I've got a 1 horsepower motor here, and right now on here I've got the my 4-jaw chuck. I can open it up, close it up, so I can do tenons or mortises. It's really kind of nice. But I'll be taking that off to put the piece of wood on in just a moment. Back over here we've got the dead center and one of the various attachments. This is great to help hold on and support the piece of wood so that it doesn't go flying off, at least not as quickly as it should. Got my tool rest here. You swap it out with a lot of different things, but right now I'm using the 10-inch tool rest. My favorite piece. Tool rest just slides back and forth on it. However, it's called a banjo. I love the fact that it's called a banjo and have not really figured out why or how they decided that that was the banjo. Over here, my speed control, turn it on, turn it off. Going ahead and ramp it up to over 2,000 RPM if I need to. And because I don't quite have a workshop yet, I have it mounted on a platform on wheels. So let's go on ahead and we'll lock up the motor so I have this a little easier to turn off. Take that piece off for a little later. And let's go on ahead and put this piece of wood on. Unlock it to help spin it in a little easier. There we go. Nice and tight. And we're going ahead and get the tool rest and banjo set up as close as we can to these pieces of it. There we go. It's good enough, especially for the first few cuts. Adjust that accordingly. Get that up a little bit on the center, and we're good to go. One of the other big important things that I need to make sure I do, base mask. Trust me, I've whacked myself more than enough with logs coming off of this thing that it's really nice to have a piece of clear plexiglass in my face for anything that comes flying off my way. So now let's turn this guy on. Let's spin it up till it's right at the vibrations, and then we'll turn it down a little bit. And I'm going to start off with a carbide tool just to kind of knock it down a little bit, and we'll go from there. Slow that guy down. That looks pretty good. So now let's turn this guy on. Let's spin it up till it's right at the vibrations, and then we'll turn it down a little bit. And I'm going to start off with a carbide tool just to kind of knock it down a little bit, and we'll go from there. Slow that guy down. That looks pretty good. Turn that off, take a look. Yeah, not much. So, this part's a little boring. I'll come back in a moment. One thing I'm not going to bore you with, sanding this down through all the different steps, 60 grit, 80 grit, 120, 240, 400, and I've got some 800 if I really feel like it. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be back in a moment. So So now it's time to go ahead and take this off, swap it around, and get going on hollowing out the inside. So, a lot of different ways to do it. Already got my 4-jaw here. Going ahead and lock this, makes it a little easier. Pop that off so it's nice and loose. And you can see, here we go. Slide this guy on. Take my mortise, push it in there nice and tight. Now I'm going to open up those jaws to hold on to it. And there we have it, folks. Nice and simple. I'm going to take the faceplate off, and no sense bothering anybody with that one, and we'll get going on hollowing that out in a minute. So I had one of the worst things happen to me. You'll see I put a big black Sharpie mark right through here. Well, when I was taking the screws out, one of the heads stripped off, so I still have the rest of the screw tap in here. So I've put this here to remind me not to go in too far or out too far, and once I get close enough I'll pause and then I'll just tear it out with a piece of pliers. There's some other ways of doing it, but this seems to be what works for me the best right now. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go ahead and start hollowing out the bolts some and make the rest of the final form. And I'm going to use my nice little pointed tool here. I don't remember the name of it, but that's okay. It's probably not the best tool for it, but it does hollow out the center nice and quick for me so I can get some of where I need to go. So zoom in here real quick, let me show you. It's a lot smoother, and how well you can see that. But got the screw out, I flattened this out to roughly the height that I want it to be, and now it's time to go ahead and hollow it out the rest of the way. So, turn back out just a little bit, and let's see if we can get some fun action shots. Turning at about 1400 RPM right now. My favorite things, we get really nice long pretty shreds. Now let's pause, I'll take a look, see what my depth is. Nice. I can probably go a little bit further. Famous last words. Yeah. That's not as deep as I'm going to go, so I'm going to switch out. Come back to my shear, just smooth that up a little bit. Ooh, pretty. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Move the rest out of the way. Let me do some sanding and I'll be back. So, here we have a nice little bowl. I've sanded it up to 400 grit all the way around. You can see it's looking pretty nice. And now, I'm going to go for the part that I love doing. It's a little bit of abrasive paste. Just take that on. I'll rub it all over first. Basically, it's a nice little grit, along with some beeswax and a little bit of mineral oil. I'll put that on, and I will rotate the camera around so you can see me putting it on the back side, and then I'll show you why I like it so much. I'm going ahead and put that now on the back side, or on the outside, I guess is the better term for it. See, it helps bring out a little bit of color already, just rubbing it on. A little extra on. Rub it all over. And then the best part about this, turn that on, get a little heat, and that just polishes the heck out of things. Get the inside. And behold. Nice, smooth, shiny, absolutely beautiful. And I'll probably put a little, well, what I'll probably do is do this a few more times just to really build up the wax. I also have a wax coating that I can put on it to help seal it, and it'll be food safe and ready to go. Oh, what the heck, we'll do one more. Oh yeah, that was worth doing. And there you have it, one bowl. Ta-da! Nice, simple, plain, but ready for nuts, or even better, some M&Ms.